streets of New York aren't always hospitable. Everybody has that experience, so I'm not trying to say just because I'm in a wheelchair I'm the only one that suffers, but it's a difficult and frustrating endeavor. Yo, taxi! See, that one there, not wheelchair accessible. Looks like it might be, but it's not. They have to be either a minivan or these kind of boxy ones, and it has an icon. It's a blue icon of a wheelchair with a guy doing this. You know, at times, you just kind of feel like, well, why bother? SUV, no. Car service, no. And this would actually be a good place, but this fucking asshole's blocking. I'm gonna have to go in the street here, into traffic. See, that one could be a wheelchair cab, but it doesn't have the icon. We're not having any luck here. I'm Scotty Hard. I'm a Brooklyn-based musician, producer, studio owner. At about 2 o'clock in the morning, I was going home from my studio and was T-boned by a drunk driver. I'm a P5 paraplegic, and I get around in a manual wheelchair.
MTA made a very bad decision years ago to use Access-a-Ride. Access-a-Ride by its nature is not conducive to spontaneous travel. You have to make an advance reservation. If you want to go to work early or come home later or go out for a beer with the boys, it's an impossibility.
Having difficulty with transportation definitely makes having a social life and a professional life difficult.
Would you want to take a date who was able-bodied on an Access-a-Ride vehicle? Probably not.
My 20-minute trip here to the studio one day this summer took 2 hours. I was just so furious by the time I got here. Imagine that you're strapped onto a chair that's bolted onto the bottom of a rowboat and someone just pushes you out into the river. That's what it feels like on Access-a-Ride.
This year, Access-a-Ride cost MTA $575 million. That's as much as it cost to run the Metro-North Railroad. And it's only this big because MTA did not make enough subway stations accessible. In Washington, D.C. subway, every station has an elevator. Less than 20% of the subway stations in New York City are wheelchair accessible. And if a subway elevator is not working, you have to travel so much further down the line, get an accessible station, take hours extra, or maybe impossible.
I was at this station and the elevator broke and I had to go all the way here to 242nd Street just to go across the platform, get a downtown one to come back down. You know, it just seems to me that it shouldn't be that hard. People just kind of assume that, well, why do you need to go there? You're in a wheelchair.
Since 1989, every cab brought into service in London has been accessible to wheelchair users. So I see it as a civil rights issue, and I think disabled people do as well.
Awesome. Here we go. Thanks. How are you? Is your ramp working? There we go.